Hey, what's up, Jane?
Hey, how's it going? I guess we got a couple of minutes. I'm gonna turn my camera off and warm up my voice a little.
Can you guys hear me?
Yep, you got audio.
Sweet. Wonderful.
Let's see here.
I was planning on warming up, but hadn't. I got the audio working at least. So working on everything.
Warm up. Warm up. Good morning, Josh.
Good morning.
Did we get a video? We need audio.
Yep. I'm working on it.
All right. And you guys should be warming up.
There it is.
Kaz, you've got an awesome background, by the way.
Oh, thank you. Very cool. Thank you.
It's like a mural that's painted in the
Can you
wall.
hear me? Yeah, it's actually, if you look here, it's got a face. Can you see it?
Yeah.
There. It's pretty cool. It's like a sort of authentic kind of face.
Right.
It's kind
Yeah.
of sort of ethnic kind. By the way, I was doing what you told me to do. I was practicing those pictures and listening really clearly. It really worked.
Let's see here.
Mr. Oz, can you hear my tone properly?
Can I hear
The
you?
volume. Does my volume sound okay?
I can hear your voice. I'm getting audio dropout, but I don't know if that's from my internet connection. Josh, can you hear her? Is she dropping out on your end?
I talk on this. Can you hear me?
Mhm.
Hello? Okay.
I can hear you.
Okay.
Cool. Thank you.
Why don't I have audio? Speakers are on. That's on. Listen. Uh,
How you guys doing?
Good morning, afternoon. Good, awesome.
Yeah. Jim. Good morning.
Hey, how's it going?
Good morning, Josh. Good morning, Kaz. Good morning, Oz. Got the A-team in here.
Back at your old
You guys, am I coming through okay? Can you guys hear me all right? Cool.
Yep.
All right. Today I'm using the EVSRO627B. Look at that guy. Very geeky. This is like 30 years old. Okay.
I remember that. It's in your videos.
Kind of familiar. I
No,
love the stealth tech.
I know. The design is just killer. Yeah. Yeah, it's not no, it's not the Tom Jones, mic, Kaz. But it's like from the same era. It's like an early 1970s where it's got this really stuff. All right. Fun with mics. Let's do this. Guess what? We're in the old studio in Seattle. Isn't this cool? Look at that.
I thought it looked familiar.
Word has it that they've actually knocked down the building, so it no longer exists. Actually, sad to say, but I did manage to get a couple cool long shots we can use for background. How's everybody's voice? Right? Yeah, like I'm not actually standing there.
Oh.
That's one way to do it.
It's a bit, right? Yeah. All right, so let's do our facilities check-in. I'm just gonna say what we need, our stuff, and you guys just do like check. Okay. All right. Since we're all sort of veterans at this point. So do you have your Evernote template?
Oh,
Yes.
Yes.
Check.
Okay.
Great.
oopsie.
Are you Jim, I didn't hear a check from you.
Yeah, let me pull that up. I didn't do it.
Tisk.
Same. I just got to pull it up.
All right. Do we have is your 4 pillars of seeing up and running? Ready?
Yes.
Yes. Of course, Oz is going to be yes. Check.
Okay.
Josh?
I'm working on that.
All right. Okay. Is your keyboard available?
Okay.
Yes.
Check.
Check. Do we have
Okay.
a tool by which to make
Okay.
ourselves sound human? Jim?
But it is an instrument.
There you go. Wire, there you go. Lock and load, Oz. Lock and load, baby. Love it. Cool. Oz, what do you got there? What's your sidearm?
It's Neumann, the KMS 105.
Oh, is that all?
Yeah. I upgraded when you told me that I had a really bad microphone.
I guess you did. So the Neumann K105 and the K104 are handheld condenser microphones. When you hear me singing in my videos, not all, but most of those are actually into the 104, which is the sister to the 105. The handheld condenser. Nice mic, but not cheap. Josh, what do you got? What's your microphone this morning?
Right now, excuse me. Right now, I'm just using the laptop built in. I do have the Rode, as I was referring to, but I was trying to get the levels right, so I'll just use the laptop mic for now.
All right. So in our next sessions, I want you to be live in the room. Okay.
Yep.
Don't want
Gotcha.
to go with the VoIP mics and stuff because we get cancellation and it distorts and it's just not. I want you to have an implement in your hand.
Sounds
Jim,
good.
what do we got, Jim?
Yeah, I can't amplify my voice in here. The neighbors will kill me, but I'm just using a USB mic.
Yeah, okay, that's fine. So the only caveat is in the event that your neighbors will kill you. But if that's not the
Yes.
case, then that's good. Okay. All right. So any questions? You guys were ready to go? Let's just go through some quick questions, and then we'll do a spot check on what we've been doing and charge right through it. Since we don't have any beginners with us at the moment, I guess Josh, you may be catching up a bit, but
Yeah.
I suppose we're going to assume that you are been training and practicing and studying, right?
Yes, I've read the whole book and I've done many of the exercises.
Holy mackerel!
Somewhere in the middle.
Good for you. You've gone beyond what Jim's even done. I can't believe it. I don't know about that, Jim. All right. Any
No,
questions?
I got halfway through the book and I was like, I need to take a lesson because I'm getting overwhelmed.
There's a lot.
All right. All right. Any questions? Anybody got some questions? So let's just do some Q&A real quick, and then we'll start training. Start filling it out, doing some kinesthetics. Going once, going twice. Not even from Oz. Unbelievable. All right. Then let's do this. Boom. Screen share. All right, here comes Amy. Okay. Amy, can you hear us? All right. Okay, somebody, real quick, tell me, Josh, tell me, I will volunteer you. Tell me
Yes.
what the benefits of cry mode are, real quick. We're gonna blow through this quickly.
Puts the throat in the proper configuration to hit higher notes with less effort.
Okay, it's a good start. Can you tell us how that happens? Like a little more specifics on that?
Actually, no.
Okay, that's fine.
I don't know if I details.
It's perfectly fine. Perfectly fine. Anybody, can you tell us like 2 to 3 things that happens with the anatomy that enables us to with cry mode? Anyone?
Stretches the muscles so that way you're starting off with your vocal track already in like you're saying, it's already in the configuration. It's already, your muscles already stretched. So as soon as you start phonating, you're already ready for it. You're not having to stretch, pull, and then phonate.
That's even a little bit better. So the vocal folds specifically elongate, and when they elongate, we get better compression. It removes pharyngeal constriction. That is the choking and pushiness that we all want to get away from when we're going high. And one more thing, Kaz. No, Amy, one more thing. Because we're in cry mode, so we get better compression. We get the pushiness goes away. Give me one more thing, Amy, please. Since you're late, I'm putting you on the spot.
I'm trying to think. Okay, so it's just more like stretched out, so you're able to hit the higher notes more easily.
We already got that answer once.
Oh, sorry.
Right. Somebody else. Something along the lines of aesthetics. Anyone?
It sounds better. It's got more emotional impact because it sounds like crying.
Good job, Jim.
It's smooth.
Yeah. The actual coloration that comes from a thinned out vocal fold configuration hits the human ear, and on an unconscious or subconscious level, it says amplified emotion, whatever that emotion may be. So that emotion, what it may be, is dictated by what, Oz? To the audience.
Okay. I don't think I'm understanding the question correctly.
All right. Thinned out vocal folds, cry mode, amplified emotion. We understand that, right? But there's a lot of different emotions. So how do we know how does the audience determine which emotion it is? When we're getting amplified emotion, when we're emoting, thanks to cry mode, how is it determined by the listener what is determining for the listener what that emotion is?
How it's actually felt.
Okay.
How I'm feeling when I'm projecting it is naturally going to be colored. So basically, yeah, how I'm feeling when I'm singing is actually going to color it a specific way. So when it's heard, it's going to be heard that way, and it's preferably be able to be felt that way, but that's all a matter of interpretation.
Yeah, that's okay. Yeah, that's not bad answer, but it's not the best answer. That's sort of the answer of that we already had, which is cry mode creates the impression subconsciously of amplified emotion. Okay, we got that. But how does the audience know whether it's sad or happy or whatever that emotion is? Where are they getting that from? Somebody. Cass, I got a feeling that you might know this.
I do have commanding and control. You know, the way you control the way you present that emotion determines whether they feel you sad, happy, miserable.
All right. You guys are knocking on the door. You're on the right path. Let me help you a little bit more. You're correct. But I will say through the storytelling,
Oh, yeah.
which is part of what you're presenting, the smoke on the stage or whatever, that's all part of the story, the lyrics, the story, the character in the story. Okay. All right. So great. Amy, if you would please, can you demonstrate for us the 3-step vocal cry mode workflow game?
Okay, yeah, sure. Let me just, so now I'm talking and now I'm in cry mode. So I'm in cry mode and
Okay. Not bad. Not bad. Nice little workflow. When you go into cry mode, cry a little bit harder. Oz, show us how to do it, please. Good job, Amy. I'll give you a B. Oz?
Reading each note slow and controlled, then going into not slap mode, going into cry mode. Cry.
Reg, take that up to a B flat. Not bad. I want to challenge you. That's good. By taking you to a B flat, I'm forcing you to cry harder because at the higher we go, the more we need to what, Jim?
Cry harder the higher you go.
That's right. Let's go to the B flat. Mystic, let's go.
So my cue. So I'm reading here, speaking in normal voice, then we're gonna go into cry mode, which is it's different from slap mode. I'm still trying to get it in this way, but it's, if I'm slow, it's like you go.
There you go. Can you take it to the B flat? Slow down.
Okay. Okay, so train your first onset, track and release, apply the crying vocal mode. That's above.
No, well, it was above. It was the right physical. It was good cry mode. It just your pitch was a little off. You overshot.
Yeah.
But not actually. Other things were nice about that. Anybody else would like to give it a try? Josh, let's go through this. I'm very conscientious of wanting to get through this quickly, you guys, and get to the onsets. Okay. So, Josh, why don't you do it real quick, please? 3 times.
Yeah. Speaking. B, B, B.
Yep.
B, 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 B.
Okay, now if you're going to do a B,
Flat.
and then go to a B. Okay, and the B that, by the way, the B that we would want to go to, guys, would be in the 4th octave. In this game, we're going to go to the 4th octave. There'd be no point in going down here, and the 5th octave is going to be too high. So most of where we do our training, guys, is in the 4th octave, the 3rd and the 4th octave. All right, the octave below and the octave above the break. That's where we're going to spend 90% of our training. Okay, so if you're going to go to a B, it's going to be B4. There you go. That's it, Josh.
I'm going to give that a shot.
Yep, I do. 3-step vocal cry mode workflow game, or any of the other cry mode techniques that are in the lesson.
My tuning's off.
Mm-hmm. Is that right, or is that an octave up? Mm-hmm. Beep, beep.
That's an octave. That is B3. We need B4.
That's what we want, right?
That's your target note, yes.
Okay.
So you're going to siren up to the B4. Let's go.
Beep, beep.
Oh, and a 3-step vocal cry mode workflow game, Josh.
I might have to practice that then.
Oh, okay. All right. So right here, I'm sharing my screen. What we need you to do, write this down. You guys brought pen and paper real quick for quick homework. Josh,
Okay.
I need you to go in here and I need you to train this. All right. I want you to go through all these first 3.
Sounds good.
Okay, buddy? Make sure that we do it. So that when I spot check you on our next session, the rest of the team should not have to wait. Okay. All right. Thank you, brother. Kaz, you look like you're really itching to do this. So let's go ahead and do the 3-step vocal cry mode workflow game. Give yourself for a lady. I'm thinking, probably a B would be fine, or a C, maybe a D if you're feeling ambitious. But let's make sure you get to the right note. So give yourself a cue first.
Okay, C.
Okay. C what? Which octave?
4.
Oh, I mean C4 is. I mean you can do it, but there's no bridging that's
Why don't we
happening.
go C5?
Thank you.
There.
There you go. Okay.
Ready?
Ready.
This is my normal voice. Hi, I'm Kaz. How you all doing? You know, lately I've been learning this new way of talking. It's very strange. And I feel as if I look ridiculous to all of you, but it's kind of making me want to whimper like a puppy. You're all making me really feel scared.
All right. Give yourself a B flat 5, or excuse me, a C5, please. No. Stand up.
Oh, sorry.
Give yourself a C5, please. Now, just give us a track and release onset into a C5. Just match that note, please. Okay, that's great. When I ask you guys, by the way, we need to put this in our spot check at the beginning. Go to your audio preferences, everyone, inside your Zoom. Go to Zoom, top left corner, preferences, audio, and throttle back the noise suppression to low. Otherwise, it'll like push us back. We won't be able to hear you. Does that make sense? You understand? Everybody, okay. Guys, you need to do that because we didn't hear you.
Trying to find it. Where do I find it?
Click on Zoom, go up to zoom.us somewhere, or you can find it. You can find it actually on the app if you go to the microphone. Open up the little menu.
Should I just maybe sing without the microphone?
Yeah, that's fine, but I don't want to compromise like that. I want you on the mic. It's better that you just learn how to pull back your noise suppression on this thing. We need to learn.
So what did you say I must do?
All
With the mic.
right. If I share my screen, can you guys see what? Can you see my screen and what's going on here? I think.
Yep.
Okay.
Yes.
So look, I'm on Zoom. So my computer is ready to work with Zoom. So I'm going to go to Zoom up here. I'm going to go to preferences.
Yeah.
Then I'm going to go to audio. All right. And then down here it has background noise suppression. Background noise suppression. I'm going to click low. When this setting, you guys, when this setting is on auto or medium or high, that's when it gets to pushback and we don't hear it.
Mine's set on original sound for musicians.
Recommended for studio environment.
But I maybe it's because I have this mic, it automatically goes to that. Because this is a USB mic. This mic is plugged into the computer.
Bypass filtering and automatic gain control. Not really what we want. It looks tempting, but not really what we want. Let's go to low right here. Okay, guys, does this make sense, guys?
Just show me again there. I think I'm a bit confused, Jim.
Are you on a Mac?
Just show me the Rob.
What?
The way to switch the low. I can't find it. Oh, there.
I am
Okay.
showing you. And that's what I'm doing right now. Look at my screen.
All right, I've got it, I think.
Okay. Just get to your preferences and find audio, regardless of what kind of computer you're on. Getting it? All
I
right.
not see it on you.
Okay, Kaz, pen and paper, please. Pen and paper, please. Would you write this
Okay,
down? Will you write this down, please, for homework?
Yeah.
Figure out how to throttle back your noise suppression on your Zoom. Okay, it's a simple thing. Just
My noise suppression of my Zoom. Okay.
yeah, it just got. Just go out to YouTube, find a video, how to pull back noise suppression on Zoom. Okay.
Kaz, are you using a
Could be the
PC?
background in the background there. There's a lot of noise outside my door. Yeah. That is also causing a bit of an issue.
Kaz, are you using a PC or a Mac?
I'm using a Mac Air.
Okay. I was just wondering because the menus might be different, but if you're using the Mac, I guess it should really just depend on if you're running the app itself or from the website. Yeah.
Now I'm running the app.
Okay.
All right.
But
So
on my Mac Air, it could also be I had to get it down from the website because on my iPhone, I can download the app, but on this, I had to download it from the App Store, and I got it through the website, and then it's sort of connected. I know it's a long story.
all right.
Yeah.
Yeah. So you go to the app and go out to YouTube and type in noise suppression settings.
Okay, noise suppression.
For a
Okay.
MacBook or for what, and you'll watch a video that's going to be 2 minutes long, and in about 4 minutes you'll have it set. Okay.
All right, thank you.
Okay. 3-step vocal cry mode workflow game. Jim, show us how it's done, please. Go slow.
Okay, so I'm talking. Everybody can hear me?
Yep.
Yeah.
So this is my normal voice, and then something very sad happened, and then checking my notes.
Good, Jim. Now I want you to do that when let's stand up straight. You don't need to hunch over to give yourself a cue.
No, I was hunching over to reach my keyboard because it's a little low.
I know. So give yourself a cue, Jim. Jim.
Okay. Yes.
Look.
Okay, gotcha.
You're a musician. You can retain that, I believe. Yeah. So,
So here's my normal voice, and now I'm talking.
okay, fine. You guys, let's move on. Jim, I'm tempted to dive in and pick on you a little bit there and work on you, but I want us to keep moving.
Okay.
It was okay, Jim. I'll give you a C. You need to slow down a little bit, and you need to. I would suggest that you leverage your tongue against the back of your bottom teeth. You need a little bit more leverage. We need to activate a little bit more muscle into the mechanism. All right, because there's a little bit of stability there. I think.
Okay.
That's what I'm talking about. All right, onsets. Real quick, just one person. Give me an explanation of what an onset is, real quick. Anyone?
It's the beginning of your phonation.
Fantastic. That's great. Oz, what I'm going to do is I'm going to go actually, no, I'm going to ask you to do it because you got a keyboard there. I want you to start on a low, a G3, please. Right, a G3, and I want you to do an octave from the G3 up to the G4. I want you to demonstrate for us, slow, controlled, meditated, track and release onset training, please. All right, so we're now going to observe Oz training the track and release onset with cry mode, with a super empêché, monsieur, with proper pitch, with mojo, passion, eyes forward. Oz, I believe in you. Let's do it. Oz, we need audio. You're canceled out there. By the way, nice little wireless. No. You're muted. You're muted, Oz.
Gotcha.
I like that. I like that wireless
One of your recommendations.
thing is awesome. I love those things. All right, let's do it. Let's do it. Okay, next note, up one chromatic step. I want you to get your resonance forward. That's a little bit dopey and sobby, actually. Light, bright, ringy, singy, pingy, crispy. That's the one. Keep going. Good. We need more cry mode. Slow down just a bit. A little bit more meditative. Look, we more. More puppy whimper. Keep going.
You're muted. Can't hear you.
Can you hear me?
Yes.
I want you back in front of it. You guys at the end of our last actually, I think we should a little bit.
You're cutting out.
Fine.
Your audio's cutting out. Still nothing. Check your audio suppression.
Yeah. Really?
Now you're in. Oh yeah, it's like cutting in and out. But it's not like dropping like artifacts. It's like just in and out.
Is that? My mic is not muted.
All right, you're working right now. Keep talking.
Very strange. Okay, we'll just keep going. My mic is not muted. All right. Where were you, Oz? Becky, put a little. Let's get the compression going.
Okay.
Back and release, Oz. Get that compression on the front end, it throws the resonance forward. It helps throw it forward. It's helping you to get out of soft mode.
Okay.
Right.
Yay!
Good. Let's keep going, team. Notice that what I've done is I've transitioned from track and release to quack and release. All right, or in some sense, really kind of a hybrid, right? Between them, and you can put them together. All right, so it's sort of going into track and release with a little bit of quacky compression on the me. Why? Jim, why?
More compression of the vocal folds.
That's right. And if we can get more compression activation of the vocal folds and we can maintain it as we release the vowel, then what happens is we get more amplification. Okay. And it does tend to make the resonance get more forward into the edging position. You guys understand?
And less breathiness, correct?
And for sure, less breathiness. Thank you. Does that make sense? You guys understand?
Mhm.
Right, cool.
Mm.
don't miss if your workflow right. I asked for a quacky me me me, and I want a quacky me me me.
Okay.
We want to hear a me me me. Let's go.
Okay.
That's it. Next note. There you go. And going into the quacky me me me, it's gonna be a little squirrely. It's a little awkward. Okay, just hang on to it. Hang on to it. Okay, and then release the valve. Again, please. Next note. Perfect. You guys hear how the resonance is now kind of throwing forward and it's not sobby anymore? For that? Yeah. And we're getting great compression. All right, next note, Oz. Into the G, keep going. Yeah, one more, the most beautiful note in the male voice right here, G4. Full chest voice, great job.
Thank you.
Amy, I see your eyes twinkling a little bit down there in the bottom right.
I can't fully hear you, but I thought he did a great job.
Thank you.
You did do a great job. The key to making that little session work for you, Oz, was getting the compression on the front end. Okay, that's
I noticed that when I was practicing going higher, like going above, basically going above anywhere we've been working with so far. It feels like everything just starts to kind of drop back further for me, so to speak. Like how you were saying the resonance moves can either be forward or backwards.
Yeah.
It feels more neutral when I'm practicing going higher. I guess it might be just the compression. And then sometimes it almost feels like there's more head than chest. So I'm still learning it, but I'll try doing that with the future practices and see if it helps with those areas too.
Yeah, I need you to keep doing exactly like we just did this. All right, the compression is forcing the resonance to lay forward into an edging position. Okay, now initially as you get through the passaggio and you're doing the quack and release onset and you get through the passaggio to the other side, it will feel a little bit floaty and heady. Okay, just keep going, keep working on the motor skill of just getting the onset out, even though it's a little bit heady, a little bit floaty, and maybe arguably you'd like it to be beefier. Just know that it will get beefier, right? So I want you to get the motor skill going first, kind of like our lift up, pull back trick that we do. Get the motor skill going first, then at a later date, come back and start pulling more TA musculature activation and start getting it a little bit beltier. Okay, does that make sense?
Yeah.
You can have a lighter mass quack and release onset experience, and you can put a medium mass on it as well. So we'll come back to that. And how do you get medium mass into that? I feel like really very cool in your quack and release onsets, and they're great. They're smooth. It's working. You like the resonance, but you like them to be a little bit heavier, a little bit beltier. What would you do then in your training and with your TVS methodology? What would you do to get a little bit more mass behind that onset?
I would possibly maybe lower diaphragm a little bit and more, or dampen larynx a little bit more, and then more focus on diaphragm to push. Gosh, how do you explain this? it just for me it feels just like just the way I'm pushing the air is the best way I can explain it.
All right, well, there's a couple good answers. Dampening the larynx would be one of them. That would help, but it's not the answer I'm immediately looking for. I would encourage the one I'm looking for at the moment to get fatter compression would be to go to a more aggressive onset. So
Okay.
that's the track and release onset is helping to build the motor skill. It's getting the compression together. It's sort of cleaning it up and getting you on your feet. Then you want to add some beef and get it beltier. That now clean position. Want to get it beltier. What would you then do, Amy? You would then introduce which onset?
No.
Which onset would you introduce? Can't hear you.
A mute's on. Or do you want me?
Yes.
Dampen and release and attack and release.
A plus. Great answer. Great answer. Great answer. Some precision work, motor skills, precision work with track and release and quack and release Oz, and then you're happy with that result. And you're like, you know what? But now I want to get a little bit more beefier now, and you typically do. So what am I going to do? I'm going to smack it around a little bit. I'm going to bring in some more aggressive onsets, namely the dampen and release onset coming off of plosives, the attack and release onset smacking straight into vowels, and the contract and release onset, which is sort of a specialized workflow. Make sense?
Yes.
Right. Kaz, great answer. Guess what?
What?
Your turn.
No.
Yes, it is. That's what you get for getting a good answer. You get to keep going. All right. So,
Now I'll stand up to that.
so what we're going to do, I want you to do, let's start with track and release onset. And if, as we keep going, I'm going to coach you. Maybe we bring in dampen, maybe we bring in a quack and release. Okay. But let's start with the track and release onset. Show us how to do it. Be thinking workflow. And before you go, you need to frame. You want to frame, your workspace. Okay. So we're going to go 1 octave, just like Oz did, 1 octave. And for a lady, it's probably going to be slightly adjusted up. So what's that going to be? Give me your octave.
I would say my hardest one to get is an A4, but I've been working on it. But I prefer an A, like a G5 or a C5. But if you want me to, I'll do an A4.
Way up here, G5? No.
And I'm high. I've got to learn to go low.
Yeah. All right, so that's fine. So let's go to, all right, you want to take it from G4 to G5?
Yeah.
Okay, give yourself a cue, please. Which, by the way, is good framing, you guys, lady, Amy, which is good framing for a woman, because the female passaggio, generally speaking, not for all, but generally speaking, the female passaggio lies where? I forgot. Where is it typically? Where's the female passaggio, the break? Amy?
I'd say G.
G what?
GA.
G what? GA what?
G4. A4.
Yeah, it's okay. Yeah, it's a little low. More like B flat, but anyways. Okay, ready? Let's go, Kaz. Okay, keep going. I forgot we don't have your sound suppression figured out yet, but we did. Did you guys hear that a little bit? Yeah. If we can hear, actually, if I can hear just a little bit, it's good enough, but not perfect. All right, keep going. Nice job. Kaz, with you, there's a tendency. Am I coming through okay, you guys, or am I having tech?
I'm sort of hearing you breaking.
All right. So, but everybody else hears me fine. All right. So that's on your end. So everybody else is hearing it fine, but here nor there. Kaz, one of the things that we experience with you is a little bit of not exerting enough physical attack, and I mean that in a good way, physical exertion into your chops. Okay. into your onsets, into your training. It's like a little bit too
Weak.
polite and fluffy and windy. No. Don't forget, you guys, that we're training. Right? So that means we need resistance. Okay? So exert yourself more, please. All right, keep going. Let's go to the G sharp, Kaz. Show us how to do it. Nice note. And I love the embouchure. You fais embouchure, madame. Génial, génial. Next note. Great.
Cool. So we're going to A now.
Please train. Please train the track and release onset chromatically up 1 octave. Thank you. That's just great. You guys, when she just said like this isn't the when Cass just simply exerts herself, we get a beautiful, big, beefy, confident, belty sound.
Can I confess why I do that? I used to, in Dublin, when I was staying in a place, there were a lot of people around me, and they used to get angry with me for singing, and they told me to lower my voice, so I had to go like this. So I got into a habit of doing that, and then when I get in the car, so that is my bad. I got to get out of that habit.
Yeah, I know. Mental esteem baggage that singers have based on what people that were utterly, completely, totally unqualified to provide any opinion, nor at least alone even understanding what it is that they're hearing, and then taking that to heart, forget it. Absolutely not. Let me tell you something. You know, I'm looking over here. Josh is like, yeah, you know.
That was my problem too. Yeah, just bad advice.
Kaz, when you exert yourself, it's like nearly, you know, it's like an A minus. Like it's really pretty good, and you got a great embouchure and everything. Keep going, keep going. Press yourself, press it, get after it. Great. By the way, notice that you guys are noticing that Kaz releases her onset, holds for about a 3-second count, perfect, and then sirens down the melodic fifth. You hear that? Okay, that's actually something that we teach in the program and stuff. So we haven't gotten there yet as a team, but guys, it's perfectly fine to do that. And you guys, it's perfectly fine to do that if you want to. So the idea is we release this beautiful onset in all of its glory. Okay, it's got the cry, it's got the pitch, it's got the things we're talking about. So we release this beautiful little singularity, and then we bring it down a melodic fifth, a glissando down. Okay, we resolve it down here at the cadence, and then the game becomes that we maintain that beauty and that stability and everything that we created at the onset all the way down the spectrum of frequency. Okay, which is a little bit more difficult and a little bit more challenging. And then the game becomes, can we maintain that beauty as we descend through the chaos of frequency change? Does that make sense? And the other direction as well, going up, onset going up a fifth, or onset going up an octave. In the training program, you may have noticed that there are fifths and octaves available, okay? So we're gonna train fifths and we're gonna train octaves. Now you could train any interval, by the way. You can do onsets and sirens, you can do any interval, but at 24 hours, the course is long enough. So I just decided we would just settle on fifths and octaves for now, but you guys can do any interval. But back to the point. we release a beautiful onset, and then we push it through the chaos of frequency up and down. And by navigating that, by training that maneuver and navigating that over and over again, it builds stability, it builds coordination, it helps you kind of sort of feel the resonance changing and shifting through the break and all that stuff. Does this make sense? Onsets combined with, as I say in the fancy crowd, glissandos or sirens, onsets and then sirens are key, really core TVS methodology ideas. Okay, that's why it's on this template. All right, Kaz, keep going, please. Next note, you're doing great.
Thank
Be
you.
confident.
B4.
Okay.
Sorry, wrong chord. What am I doing? Back to getting confident.
We need a B4. We just need you to go into a B4.
Right, breathe.
Well, don't poop out on the way down.
Can do it.
Eva.
Oh, I'm sorry.
Okay, next note. Next note.
C flat.
Okay, I am going to stop you for the moment. I think you're doing okay. I can tell that it's getting a little bit, so please stay on your feet, please. Okay, so I can tell it's starting to get a little bit more wimped out at the top a little
Yeah.
bit. All right, so I want you to work on that. Next time we spot check you on that, we want Belty Kaz. Okay, we want Whitney Houston Kaz. All right.
Should I do more dampen and release?
Good answer. So what would you do, knowing the onsets, knowing the methodology and the techniques and the tools are available to you. You already answered this question once before. I shouldn't really, I mean, we've trained before, we've done private lessons, shouldn't even have to tell you at this point, but yeah, you're right. So how can Kaz get a little bit more beefiness other than, in addition to just being conscientious of it, work on dampen and release, work on attack and release onsets.
Be more confident.
Yeah, bring in the more aggressive techniques.
Yeah. Bring in attack and release and a bit of dampen release. I agree.
All right.
Not whimpering backwards.
All right. So let's get her done.
All right.
Don't let us down. The whole team is counting on you. The next time we do this, that when we take our time to listen to you, it sounds great. Does that make sense? Pressure's on. Okay, Amy, let's hear you do it. Okay.
That's it.
All right, on your feet, please.
Yeah, okay. I'll just do the same range as Cass.
No, that's a good idea. That's a good idea. So that would be from what were we? Yeah, we were gonna do. Was it G2 to G3 or was it G what to G what?
I think it was G4 to like D5 or C5. Was that right, Cass?
It's one octave, so it'd be G4 to G.
That's correct, Amy.
Huh?
That's correct, Amy.
That one? Okay. Okay. So I'll start on
C4
the
to C5.
C5. Okay. So
C5, G4 to C5. Was that it? A fourth? Nah. Let's at least, as I said, you can do an interval. Let's at least do a fifth. So we're gonna go up to the D. Okay, so we're gonna go from G4 to D5.
okay.
So please frame it. Please frame it. Frame it. let us hear it on your keyboard. Let us hear the G4 and the D4. Right. All right, that is the melodic interval. Please play the harmonic interval for us. That's at the same time. You got it. All right, let's go. Track and release onset from G4 to D5, an ascending chromatic track and release onset work.
Okay.
Out.
This over, so. I don't actually know what note when I'm going down to stop
Well,
at.
if you're gonna do a descending
Yeah.
melodic fifth siren off of your onset, which is fine, I just encourage you to do it. Make sure you know where you're going. All right. So find the melodic. Well, you have to find it. So
Yeah.
find the melodic fifth below.
What is that? I don't know.
C5 or C4. But you know what, Amy? I think in the interest of time,
Okay, I can just do the note only.
well,
Can I do that?
yeah. So in the interest of time, let's just do the onset. That was the original assignment. Okay.
Okay.
So let's get reoriented here. G to D, harmonic. Frame the harmonic interval for me, please. That wouldn't be it. Where am I? Yeah, that's right. All right, let's go. Track and release. Don't descend.
Oops.
Okay, I want you to take the tip of your tongue and press it against the back of your bottom teeth when you release that vowel. Okay, all right. It's a little bit sort of girlish and choir girl sort of vibe to it. And what I want you to do is I want you to have more mass. The same thing I was asking Kaz to do. Okay, not unusual for ladies to be a little bit sort of too sweet coming out in the training. Okay, so if you leverage your tongue against back of your bottom teeth, it tends to get your larynx down. It tends to create sympathetic contractions that give us a little bit more meat. Okay, so give it a try, please. Do it again. Good. There was a little bit more meat to that, just a touch. There was. Okay, next note, please. And this time, the acoustic tweak that I want you to have is I want you to tune in just a little bit of would, should, could, as in would, could, should into your A. I know that sounds a little bit weird, but when we're talking about vowels and sound colors, we can blend them. Obviously, we can blend the colors. Okay, so by adding a little bit of to your A, it has the effect of creating more beef. It'll get you more belty.
Oh, okay.
All right, watch it. I'm going to have to demonstrate this for you. Listen.
Yeah.
I think we're at a G sharp, aren't we? All right, so the G sharp, this is sort of what you're giving us at the moment. It's not wrong, it's okay. It just needs to be a little bit fatter, so. It's not wrong, it's okay. It's super light, but resistance training, we want to be a little beefier. We don't want to sound like a little girl. We want to get sort of rocking out a little bit here, okay? So we go to G sharp. Now, I'm going to leverage the tip of my tongue against the back of my bottom teeth and get my larynx down, and I'm going to tune in, just dial in just a little bit of to my A.
Okay.
You hear
Yeah,
that?
I hear the difference. Yeah.
Product A, really sort of weak and flimsy. Product B, I'm going to anchor and dial in a little bit of You guys hear how the second vowel is a little bit beefier, a little bit chestier? Yes, I know you do. That is because I've activated musculature inside by anchoring the tip of my tongue against the back of my bottom teeth, and I've tuned in a little bit of into my head. Amy,
Okay.
your turn. Yeah, a little more next note. There you go. You guys hear that? Did you hear that, Amy? You did.
I think I felt it more than heard it.
Great.
Like-
Do it again and listen, because it was great. By the way, we need a little bit more lift on your embouchure. Okay? More canines.
Oh, okay.
Okay. All right. Do it again, please. That was great.
The same note or
Yeah.
higher?
Same note. Same note. Good. Next note. It's tricky. You got to be thinking two colors at the same time. You're going to be thinking A and together at the same time. And by the way, fellas, this isn't just a female thing. It's for men too. Tuning in. There are some vowels that are a little bit more useful than others in terms of fixing problems. Okay? So in regards to all of us wanting to sound a little bit more belty and beefy on top, would, could, should, is a really great solution. So I'm tuning into a lot of different things when I'm training and practicing to fix a lot of different problems related to stability and related to wanting to get a little bit more warmth or beefiness in the oral experience. Does that make sense, guys? It's a good little tip. So write that down. And the way you would write that down is you would say, if you wanted to be geeky about it, be a good student about it, you would say the nomenclature for writing sound colors is a slash symbol slash. So you would go something like this. You see that on the chat system? That's the way the phonetics people, this is the way they do it. That's not O and U. When you see the slashes there, that's not O and U. Okay, that's not what that is saying. What that is saying is, literally what that is it's a sound color. Okay, it's not a slash, an O, and U, and a slash. It's the way you read that is okay, so when you see the slashes, the symbol is telling you to make a sound. Make sense? Amy, continue, please.
Okay. So, I think I was on the A sharp, maybe.
B flat. No, B flat.
Okay.
Strong, better. Next up.
Oh, I can't hear you, Robert.
Lost your audio.
Rob, we can't hear you.
Like completely muted.
Yeah.
But it doesn't show muted.
Yeah, it's weird.
It seems to have started when you were showing the audio suppression settings. So maybe something got changed in there. I can hear just the tiniest little bit. Yeah. If in doubt, reboot.
Is it input level on your microphone? Because I see it's in the middle.
Test 1 2, check 1 2. Test 1.
Good.
Shit. Sorry, guys.
Oh, yeah.
Go back to this. Test 1 2. We happy campers? We're working. Okay, Amy, let's continue. And as I was saying, Amy, is it was starting to sort of retreat and get a little bit sort of a little girlish again, a little bit. So sort of the same coaching point for Kaz. I want you to get behind it, okay? Let's get some resistance behind it. Get stronger, more mass. Go ahead, please.
So more of the vowel and more, I guess, pressure against the back teeth, right, Robert? Sorry, what?
Can you hear me?
It's kind of
You're-
coming in and out for me.
You're dropping out a little bit again, yeah.
Hey,
It seems like it's automatically going back.
yeah.
There you go.
It seems like it did go back automatically, and I don't want that.
Yeah.
That's the microphone volume.
You had to automatically adjust enabled. Now it's off, so I think it'll stay where it is. I think.
Yep.
I turned it off. I thought I turned it off. All right. So, Amy,
Okay.
you guys hear me?
Yeah.
Yes.
Shit. Sorry. All right. So, Amy, let's do that B flat again, please. Just put more muscle behind it. Get more behind it, please. Woot, awesome. Sorted out the low background of that. Okay, next note, please. Keep going. A little more horizontal on your embouchure, Amy.
More teeth?
It would mean more teeth, but notice how my embouchure is a little more horizontal.
Yeah.
How my jaw is not dropping too much.
Okay.
Actual singing, it's going to drop a little bit more, all right, from time to time. But in training these onsets, I want you to much, okay? So let's get more width, more canines, more teeth, more width. Put an apple in your hand, please. Put an apple in your hand.
Oh, put out my hand? Okay.
Apple in your hand, an imaginary apple in your hand, please. Sure.
Are you saying imagine eating the apple? Oh, okay.
Yeah, that's a great position for another. Yeah, that's a great way. It's a little game. It's a voice teacher thing. It's a great way to get your mouth and your embouchure into a nice position. So then the next thing you would do if you're working on the position is you look at yourself. You have to look at the mirror or look at the monitor on Zoom. So and then remove the apple and you cut it. That's what you need to get to. Okay, that looks great. So give us the aggressive track and release onset on the B.
The next one, Robert? Or I can't hear you again. I think I lost your audio again.
Yeah, your audio dropped out again. Robert, would it be any different if you switched it from the webcam mic to the MacBook mic?
All right, test 1, 2, 3, check 1, 2. That was a good idea, Oz. So it keeps going back to auto adjust, and the software keeps making me chase my tail on that. All right, let's go. Amy, you're doing great. Let's go to the B. No, I think it's the C. The C.
Yeah.
A lot more energy. Push the tongue a little bit harder. We need to get your larynx down a little bit, but that's got more energy. Just want you to get your larynx down a little bit more. We need to dampen a little bit more. Okay, so chain reaction. Push the tongue against back of bottom teeth. Do it again, please. Do it again. It's got more energy. Next note. Last note. You don't need a cue. I just did it for you. Keep going. All right, good. Got your pen and paper, Amy? Okay, I want you to go into the program, into the chorus program, and I want you to, this is for you too, Kaz, all right? Anybody else that wants to be just like a go-getter, but in particular for the ladies this morning, all right? Write this down, please. I want you to review, go to the lesson and practice the dampen and release onset, the dampen and release onset,
Okay.
the attack and release onset. You'd be getting ahead, and then I think that's what this will do, class, is kind of pull us forward, because we'll have to spot check this, which we need to keep trying to move forward. All right, and I want you to write this down, Amy, please. I want you to, both of you, I want you to review, I guess, the whole class, right? So the whole class, let me start over. The whole class is going to go to dampen and release onset, all right, as homework. Okay, review the lecture and review, and then do the training. Okay, the dampen and release onset. And the attack and release onset. Okay. And the workout titled Anchoring the Larynx. Anchoring the Larynx. I think it's anchoring the larynx, bracket, dampen the larynx. Anchor the larynx, dampen the larynx. Okay?
Okay, yeah, I'll do that.
And the embouchure. The embouchure, how to hold the mouth, how to position your mouth, the horizontal versus the vertical embouchure. All right. So do I need to write this out, you guys? Yeah, that's good. That saves some time. All right. And I don't want to go over, I think it's healthy that we don't. And so I'm going to call it today. Josh, James, I'm sorry we didn't get a chance to do a lot of work with you guys, but I knew that Oz could give us some pretty decent demonstrations, so I wanted him to kind of step up and plow through on those onsets, which was true. And then we were working with Kaz and Amy, and that's a good thing, because that provided a catalyst to push us forward into more aggressive onsets, which we were going to get to anyways. All right, but the homework is the homework, and in our next session, don't be afraid to remind me that it's Josh's turn or turn. Okay, you guys? Makes sense? All right, everybody happy?
Homework is, because I just wrote this down, dampen, attack, anchoring, embouchure.
Yes.
Lectures.
That's right, lectures and workouts, yes.
Okay.
And then sing a song and anything else you want to experiment with. But the bare minimum is the homework. Cool?
Okay.
All right, was this helpful for you guys?
Super helpful. Yes, thank you.
Okay, well, all right, cool. Okay,
Great, thanks.
all right, well, happy holidays, and thanks for being a cool, fun, sweet class. I've been enjoying the Saturday morning show. It's very refreshing for me, and it's really cool to know that you guys are getting value out of it. So I think we're getting a rhythm here. We're kind of figuring out like how this goes. We set up, we get our technology right, all of this. Then we maybe do some quick Q&A. Then we kind of then we try to push forward and coach you guys, and you guys can watch what happens if they work with you individually. It's been like a master class, really. Yeah. All right. Cool. Go have some turkey.
Have an awesome weekend, everyone.
All right.
Awesome.
Have
Bye.
fun. Thank you.
Bye.